Hi, this is Dan Brown from Samopal, and this is a video to show you before and after of a rifle build. And the parts kit actually was sent in with the receiver, and I have the rifle on the bench now. I pressed in the barrel, assembled the rifle, and it's already been shot at the range, and now it's at the point of disassembly, so I'm going to take it apart and refinish the parts. The biggest question I get is, how detailed do I get in a rifle build? How much do I refinish? So what better to answer those questions than really to show a video before and after? And the rifle was built on a Tortort receiver. Highly recommend those receivers. Make for great rifles. And my whole goal is to actually, when I ship your rifle back to you, built up with your parts kit and your receiver, I want you to basically, when you open the box and you're peeling back the bubble wrap, I want you to think, wow, this rifle could have been shipped from Česká Zbrojovka, Uherský Brod in 1968. So I want to give you the newest possible rifle. I always strive to make it as factory new as possible. So this video is about to show you really what the rifle looks like now, before refinishing, and then I'll show you what it looks like after refinishing when it's ready to go in the box for the customer. So we're going to go and take a look at the rifle now. Panning the right side of the VZ58. This butt plate actually looks pretty good. I don't see any dings or dents, but if there are any, I'll address those and remove what I can. The furniture set looks a little dull. It's lost some shine, so the customer wants us to polish it. So you're going to see what it looks like after it's been polished. Definitely re-blew the safety, the pins, the trigger. They've lost a lot of finish. It's pretty common, but some kits actually have unissued or refinished parts. So it's luck of the draw. But if they come in like this, missing a lot of the finish, I go ahead and I'll re-blue that. Top cover, a lot of small dings in the ribs. That's pretty common. I cannot pound out dings out of the ribs, but I can needle file and sand those and really soften those. For dents here on the very top, more towards the middle, I have a special tool. So I'm going to see what I can do to remove that pretty good sized dent there. And if there are dings or dents at the rear where the base is for the guide rod, I just sand file those and just soften that. Unfortunately, my tool cannot reach back there. Rear sight missing lots of finish. I'll go ahead and re-blue that and paint the numbers. So we'll make that look much better. And this barrel was repopulated. It came in stripped. You can tell the gas block is a different color than the barrel, and the shiny pins, of course. And muzzle brake has been permanently attached using the pin and weld method. So I'm going to flip the rifle over and we'll take a look at the other side. Okay, panning the left side of the rifle. And the reason why the muzzle brake is silver here, it was shipped to me with, it wasn't packed very well. So you really want to pack your parts when you ship them to me. And it resulted in a lot of dings on the muzzle brake. So I chucked it up in the lathe and I sanded it and removed a lot of the dings, so it looks much better. Sling swivel missing a lot of finish. I'll go ahead and refinish that. The customer elected not to get military markings, but if you want military markings, they go in this position, just like the original. And check out the website. You can see video, a short video, and some pictures. I covered the serial number because some people don't want their serial number on the internet. I don't blame them. So I covered that for privacy. The magazine catch, missing a lot of finish. I will refinish that. And the trigger guard area, of course, where it accepts the pistol grip, has some dings. It's bent in this area. So I go ahead and fix that. Dings, as you see here, I soften those, needle files and sandpaper, very fine sandpaper. So I don't remove too much. I keep the contours straight, all that good stuff, but I just softened that. Lots of missing finish on the rear sling swivel, so I will definitely refinish that. So there you have it. That's the before pan of the rifle, and now we're going to transition to what it looks like after it's all been refinished. VZ58 rifle, ready for the shipping box. We're going to start with the right side of the rifle, and right here we're going to start with the buttstock. The plate has been refinished. The screw has been touched up, and you'll see the color and the shine has been brought back to the phenolic furniture. I use a commercial polishing wheel, actually a couple of them, at 2,500 RPMs, and basically it's really labor intensive. It's a 3-step process, but it brings back the shine, it brings back the color. So I just think this stuff's amazing. It's very unique and it's very Czech. And the pistol grip really benefited from it. It was the most worn looking part of the furniture set. So it really came back to life. The safety, the pins, the trigger, bolt catch, magazine catch were all refinished. This parts kit needed it, so I just refinished those to make it look new. Receiver cover dent, that large dent that was here, has been removed. Dings, the small dings, have been removed just by light sanding, careful needle filing. So I remove as much as I can without, going too much into the metal. So I really soften those. And that ding dent, like I mentioned before, if there's dings or dents here at the back of the receiver cover, the base prevents me from reaching there with a tool. So I just soften those when I can, but it looks much better. Rear sight has been refinished and painted. Looks factory fresh. Of course, the beautiful phenolic furniture, really just striking. That's one thing I think the Czechs just did an amazing job with the furniture. And it's just impact resistant. You can actually drill it, you can tap it, it won't melt. It's really, truly amazing stuff. The front sight base, I touched up the bluing here on the windage drum. I do not paint this because one, the paint would come off after using a sight tool to do your final sighting in. And then two, they were always blued, they were never painted. Muzzle brake, pinned and welded. Very effective muzzle brake. But there you have the right side, and I'm going to flip it over and we'll take a look at the other side. Panning the left side of the rifle. And we're going to start with the muzzle. And we're just going to do a slow pan. The sling swivel has been refinished. Nice close-up of that phenolic furniture. And the other side of the pistol grip that was really worn. So it's amazing how the furniture can be brought back to life with polishing the furniture. Highly recommend it if your furniture is worn. The plate that had those two small dings, carefully filed those and sanded, and they're almost completely gone. So you can just barely make them out. Close up of the buttstock, and then the sling swivel has been refinished. So there you have the left side of the rifle. And included with the build is all refinished 2 of your magazines in the same color. So that includes the body, the follower, the floor plate, and the safety. And before I refinish them, I actually disassemble the mags, and then I check to make sure your feed lips are not bent or dented, and I fix those before refinishing. A lot of magazines have that issue. Every build includes a sighted in target by me, and you'll have the serial number of your rifle, my name, the shooter, the rear sight settings at 2, and I explained that in my build letter, and then the date. So I covered, of course, the serial number because this is going to a customer. This is a customer's build. And then every rifle with the target receives a build letter. So it confirms, again, I took out the customer's name, the serial number, but it confirms the ammunition I've shot, and it was shot at 25 yards, and my sighting method of using the setting at 2. And that way it allows you to get on paper right away, even at 100 yards. So you won't be guessing where your rounds are impacting. But there you have an overview of my builds. So anyway, if you have questions or need assistance, please don't hesitate to contact me. And I appreciate you watching. Thank you.